Welcome to highlights in the second match of the best-of-3 finals in the Benson Hedges World Series. This game at the SCG between Australia and South Africa. The South Africans lead 1-0 in the series, having beaten Australia last Friday night at the MCG. Conditions here at the SCG absolutely ideal. Temperature around about 25 degrees, capacity crowd, absolute sellout, and a wonderful atmosphere around the ground. The two captains at the toss declared these teams. First of all, the Australians, Border, Boone, Hayden, Jones and the two Wars. Healy, Rifle, Warne, McDermott made. Both spinners playing, Shane Warne and Tim May, and Mark Taylor is 12th man once again for Australia. The South Africans, Hansie Cronje, Peter Kirsten and Gary Kirsten. Then Rhodes, Cullinan, McMillan, Richardson, Snell, Simcox, de Villiers, Donald and Craig Matthews, 12th man. The South Africans have brought in Pat Simcox, the off-spinner as well. The pitch looks as though it'll take some spin, although Tony Greig said it was just about ideal for batting. Alan Border won the toss and decided the Australians would go in first, which allows them to defend a target. And we join play now in the 5th over. 7 runs on the board. Alan Donald is the bowler. Matthew Hayden is taking strike. Your commentators Bill Laurie and Tony Greig.
That's good bowling. This question is asked, is outside the side of the leg. Something to throw at the bowler's end. Well, that was bad cricket by Donald, knocking that ball away from the man backing up. A little bit of panic there. They need some runs, Australia. Good call by Boone. Hayden a bit slow out the box. That's a good shot. That's where David Boone is strong. Donald getting offline for the first time. The outfield very fast. Look at Hayden go between the wickets. Happy with 3. David Boone plays superbly anywhere around about leg stump, either straight or square. But I'm not convinced he's a great one-day bowler yet. He's quite inaccurate. Been quite costly.
Good shot, that one from Hayden. Nicely played through the offside field. Donald just giving him a little bit of room. And the crowd enjoying it now. I think these Aussies realise they've got to start moving.
7 off the over, no wicket for 14. De Villiers. Beautiful shot, there'll be 4. That's where he's strong. A beautiful driver, Matthew Hayden. Either through the off or on sides. Superb stroke.
Leave him behind. That's a magnificent shot. Let's have another look at it. Right into the gap on the offside. Slightly over-pitched. Hit it on the up, and that went flying through the gap.
De Villiers bothered by those drives. He's going around the wicket now. No, in fact, he's gone back over again. He was looking to go around the wicket, as Richard Snell did the other night. It's nicely played. It's a single. It's a good shot, beautifully placed. It's wide of the man at 3rd man. Casual pick up by Donald. Hayden coming back for the 3rd. It's going to be close. It's close. No, the throw was a fraction wide. Risky 3rd run. Donald very slow picking up that ball, and Hayden was back for what could have been a very close 3rd run.
Yes, I think Hayden gets the feeling that things are going along too slowly. Watch this. The ball was fumbled actually, and that's what made Hayden go. He then turned around. He's got a good arm, Donald, but he was off line here. Watch this. The wicketkeeper has to drag it down. In comes the bat now, and home he is. It's one of the things the South Africans have done well. They've kept the ball relatively well pitched up.
It's beautifully driven. That's 4 more. This is a very good start by Hayden and Boone. 9 off the over. It's no wicket for 31. Good afternoon to Michael Whitney and Ian Chappell.
Gone. Well caught at mid-on, Richard Snell. And we've seen Matthew Hayden get caught at mid-on a number of times in one-day matches.
Yes, that's a sad blow for Australia. Matthew Hayden really starting to look the goods there. But we've seen him dismissed a number of occasions like this, hitting across the line of the ball. Just spooning a catch up there to mid-on. Australia loses its 1st wicket. A jubilant Alan Donald. Matthew Hayden goes for 16. Australia are 1 for 33.
There's no doubting what the Australian public think of Dean Jones as a one-day cricketer. The selectors may have ignored him for a while. But the crowd delighted to have Dean Jones back in the Australian side, and they've let him know at every ground that he's played at since he's made his comeback to the Australian side.
And Jones just working that one down the leg side for an easy single. There's Dean Jones's record once again, absolutely phenomenal, nearly 6,000 one-day international runs.
In the air and straight to point. Jonty Rhodes accepts the chance. So just when Australia looked as though they were getting on top via Boone and Hayden, those two gentlemen are now back in the pavilion.
Well, David Boone will also be disappointed with that. Usually his bread and butter. That one maybe just bounced a little bit or was a little bit slower than what he expected, and he spooned the ball square to point where that man Jonty Rhodes does not miss a trick. In the 11th over, Australia are 2 for 35.
Mark Waugh gets his runs very quickly, but his history as a one-day player, his best performances, in other words his big scores scored quickly, have all come when he's either opening the batting or playing at number 3. Mark Taylor wouldn't be getting much joy out of this position of 12th man. Trotting the gloves out there for Dean Jones. Lovely shot. One of his best. Mark Waugh plays absolutely beautifully off his pads. That was a gem. In the commentary position now, Sir Richard Hadley and Richie Benaud.
It's pretty well played by Dean Jones. Bit of extra bounce there. And he's got 2. The advantage of running the first one very quickly, even though he was blocked out a bit by Snell.
One of the few misfields out there by Pat Simcox, fielding down there on the 3rd man boundary. Really, Cronje will not be happy with that. Probably took his eye off it a little bit, but generally the standard of fielding has been very good. The South Africans certainly very alert in the field and need to be as well. Got one minor blemish there.
There's that leg cutter again. It's 2 for 50. Drink session is completed here at the SCG. 2 for 50 Australia. Hayden out for 16, Boone for 14. Brian McMillan is the bowler now. Mark Waugh the batsman. Waugh will get back for the 3rd. Here's a good performance from Alan Donald. 2 wickets in his 6 overs, still has 4 to bowl. Dean Jones is taking strike. And that's wide of the man at 3rd man. That's a good shot for 4. First boundary for 10 overs. That'll be very welcome in the Australian dressing room.
And certainly a good shot by Jones. I think Alan Border will be delighted to have won the toss and take advantage of batting out there, having first use of the pitch. In the series to date, the team batting first has won on 8 occasions.
Oh, shot. All right. Challenge issued by Dean Jones. Let's see what McMillan can do about it.
Dean Jones certainly now getting into his stride with a couple of boundaries off this over, and beautiful shots too. He's a class player, Dean Jones, and we know that his one-day record's quite outstanding, and whether he gets another opportunity in Test cricket remains to be seen. I still think that Australian cricket could do with him. So there's a change in the field there. A slip has now come in. Very wide slip, probably standing in the 3rd slip position there, just to really eliminate Dean Jones's chance of running the ball down to that 3rd man area. Whoops. Ouch. That might stop Dean Jones from saying a few words out in the middle. I've got that one in the nose or the cheek.
In the commentary box now, Tony Greig, and alongside him is Ian Chappell.
Mark Waugh, 26 balls for his 19. He's been the most comfortable of the batsmen out there. Jones is a little less comfortable. 47 balls for his 26, unlike him. And you can see Simcox, the gangly off-spinner, now into the action. It's a slightly slower one and nicely played. He can't afford to be short there. Smashed away to the boundary. That's the shorter of the two boundaries. And it's also the 50 partnership. Brings up the 100 for Australia.
With Mark Waugh and Dean Jones there, and both of them well set now, South Africa are getting to the point where they need to get another wicket. Otherwise, Australia could start to really build that rate again.
Oh, and could this be close? Back he goes, and in the way of the ball there, that didn't hit the stumps. Jones wanting one, Waugh sent him back. 2 for 106.
Is Cronje bowling his 5th over. He's already got 5 overs out of Simcox.
In the air and dropped him. That is a dolly. Well, I can't believe it. Cullinan has gone up in the air, may have gone up just a little bit early, but this should have been caught.
Darrell does it again. We've seen him put some down during this summer.
In the commentary box now, Bill Laurie, and with him Mike Whitney.
It's well driven. They'll find a gap. They go all the way. Simcox is slow. It's just slowing up. They could run for it. Here comes Jones. Not prepared to take them on, and rightly so. Yes, when you look at the run rate, you see there that when you lose a wicket or two, it slows it down. 34 overs, 2 for 130. Alan Donald coming back into the attack. Alan Donald picked up Mark Waugh, a vital wicket on Friday night. 50 for Dean Jones. His 3rd this series.
Raised his bat to the hill and out to the Bill O'Reilly stand, and a very appreciative Sydney crowd. Dean Jones has burst back into the scene, played some very good one-day innings since he's been selected back into the Australian side.
Wide. Donald does occasionally, you get the feeling he just struggles a bit as he goes to the extra yard of pace. That's the 100 partnership for Mark Waugh and Dean Jones. De Villiers back into the attack, so they're looking for wickets, South Africa. Fine 50 for Mark Waugh.
A very timely half-century by Mark Waugh. Absolutely brilliant player and one of the favourite sons of this crowd here at the SCG's home ground. Very warmly applauded.
2 for 139 after 36 overs. Alan Border won the toss and elected to bat. Alan Donald continues. It's well hit. It's beautifully played. Found the gap in the air. That's what's needed. Well-timed shot. He's very strong at the back foot. That's his best score this summer in the One Day Internationals. He's on 56. That's a better shot. That clears a man that's going for 4 more. Taking him on. And that's what you need to do to Alan Donald. He's the quickest of the bowlers. He's coming onto the bat. That's good, intelligent batting. Just at the right time. Beautifully placed and beautifully timed.
Mark Waugh on strike. He's got 67. Oh, he's having a go now. That's running away towards the boundary as well. Yes, another 4 to Mark Waugh. Hit that one on the up. It wasn't a very good ball. A little bit wide and a little bit short. And that gave him enough room to flay it through the offside.
220 was the figure we came up with at the halfway mark in this innings for the Australians. Anything they make above that will be a bonus for them.
Jonty Rhodes sets a very high standard for South Africa. Well bowled. He bowls a very good Yorker. for the second. Simcox will get another rollicking here.
Might just be a continuation of the first one.
Kirsten moving across to mid-off. I had a little talk to him this morning. He's got a very interesting scar alongside his ear. He's still got the stitches in there. He had to go in alongside his ear in order to get to his cheekbone. This is coming down the ground, a bounce just short of the fieldsman there. They'll end up with one. Yes, he's got a cut just alongside his ear, just above his ear, in fact. That's on the left side. That's the 150 partnership.
There's been a tremendous job done by Mark Waugh and Dean Jones. 150 between them. Absolutely vital it was that neither of them got out. It is, well, it's more than a chip. It's a blasting chip. Just gave it everything. The most perfect timing and placement.
Yes, this was a magnificent shot. He didn't quite get the delivery right. And so you can see here Waugh was able to get underneath it and get it over the top of the infielder there, and it really went off the bat beautifully into the gap and down the hill towards the member stand. Didn't need to worry about running for that one. It's the attempt at a Yorker again. And once again they're back for the second, so the running is good now. So once again it's going to be Hansi Cronje. Slipped it down the leg side, and that'll go for four. Into the fence. Yes, he tried to get the Yorker in there that time, and just a little bit of bat on it, went flying away fine, and they've got the man very square on that boundary.
One or two strange field placings out there today. There was no slip-in for Richard Snell when he was bowling big leg cutters early on. Now the man at fine leg is way out. It's around about 45 degrees, and there's no man close in on the onside. Just one man. And there it is again. Bowled in just the wrong spot. Played in just the right fashion. Hansi Cronje has a little bit of thinking to do. Either that or he's going to show himself to be a very stubborn man.
He nearly got his partner then. Well, the last 50 came off 39 balls. And 13 of that over. 2 for 204.
Alan Donald is back in the attack. Problems now for South Africa. These two have got away from them. This is the 45th over. 2 for 204. Jones has strike.
Well, that's in the air. This has got to be out. Hansi Cronje is under it. He's got it. Well, they've got him at last, and Jones looks around over his shoulder there. Maybe in a comment or two, but the fact of the matter is that he's played a little gem of an innings. 79 of 112 balls, and most of the crowd here giving him a standing ovation. Well, there it goes. He tried to whip that one away to mid-on. Down came the ball. Hansi Cronje said, on your way. So Dean Jones acknowledging the applause. 79 of 112 balls. So Steve Waugh's the new batsman now. Joins his brother Mark. Cronje continued to him. The boundaries pretty well. In fact, it's Richard Snell coming in now. So what Steve Waugh does immediately is give the bowling back to his brother, which is very sensible. Same direction, better hit. Into the fence it goes. What good placement that was. A magnificent shot. And what's more, it brings up his 100. Well, he's had a bit of an up and down time, but just lately, this may rectify all that.
Very good hand. Drop once by Darryl Cullinan.
There's 4 overs to go now in this innings. 3 for 220, and have a look at that. 101 of 105 balls. Fantastic batting. In the commentary box now, Bill Laurie and Ian Chubb.
Donald from members' end. It's got him. Steve Ward trying to hit Donald square, gets the stumps knocked over. It's an important wicket for South Africa to stop the forward runs, being a new batsman to the crease. Intention was clear, but the ball was just full and too quick.
Donald got the 2 successes early for South Africa, and that's comprehensively bowled. Steve Ward trying to hit that one square of the wicket, and really just being beaten for pace. It's 4 for 221.
A magnificent ovation for Captain Alan Border. He makes his way to the centre of the Sydney Cricket Ground. Full house, beautiful afternoon, and almost a standing ovation. And de Villiers to come back into the attack.
Finally, de Villiers to bowl 2 from the Randwick end.
Got hold of this one, there's a man down there, he's coming in, he should catch it. Yes, the end of a fine innings for Mark Waugh, 107. That's an important wicket for South Africa. Keep them under, say, 240. A standing ovation. Ian Hilly, the new batsman, Border on strike to de Villiers. Gets it away square, there's a man, they should only get a single. Donald picks it up and gets it back quickly, he's in trouble, surely. It throws wide, he's home.
Alan Border looking for the short boundary. And it was well defended by Alan Donald. Made a good throw on the run.
Gone, caught behind, de Villiers picking up another wicket. All so important in the final overs. Border trying to smash down the ground, got a thick edge straight through to Richardson.
So he always bowls, his natural delivery is with a little bit of off-cut, Fani de Villiers, and then occasionally he bowls the slower one, which is also a bit of an off-cutter. Richardson taking a comfortable catch there. De Villiers has his 2nd wicket, and Australia are now 6 for 241.
Paul Rifle, right-handed all-rounder coming to the crease. De Villiers with 2 for 4 in this final spell. Rifle gets some bat on it, they look for 2. It's good running. It's a pretty good score in the second final for Australia with 1 ball remaining. Final delivery, Rifle chips it away, they'll go for 2 more. Maybe 3, Ian Hilly not coming back, so they're happy with 2. So 50 overs. Australia are 6 for 247.
Wonderful performance from the Australians there. At the halfway mark, we reckoned round about 220, and they've got another 27 on top of that. I reckon that's about 5 overs in hand of the South Africans. This is the card at the end of their innings. A lovely innings from Mark Waugh, 107 from 111 balls faced. Jones, 79 from 112. The rest, a little bit of hustle and bustle at the end and wickets thrown away. Nothing you can do about that, but a good performance, 6 for 247. And the South African bowling, Alan Donald, 4 for 40 from 10 overs, a very good performance from him. And Fani de Villiers, 2 for 39. They both did very well, but some of the others took a bit of stick. 248 required, 4.96 is the asking rate, and that is a very, very stiff task for the South Africans. To tell you more about that, here's Tony Greig, and alongside him is Ian Chubb.
The members' pavilion and the ladies' stand on this lovely evening here in Sydney. I'm sure our viewers in South Africa will be enjoying this telecast, and watching the telecast through Mnet, and of course the New Zealand viewers. Into the gap again. May is having to do some chasing today. He's after that one. He'll probably just get it before it gets to the fence, and then he's going to have to look up, and it's got a long way to go. Borders, no, it's not. It's Boone backing him up there. However, it didn't make any difference. They've run 4.
And coming around the wicket means that it opens up that pull shot for him as well.
Played again, and once again Tim May's going to chase it. He might need a drink shortly.
I think this is Tim May's fitness test. He's had a bit of an ankle problem, been out of the Australian side for a little while.
It's yours, David. No, it's yours, Alan. And it's a long run too. Will it go? This could be a nasty. Peter Kirsten's really struggling, and are they going to go? Will this one get to the stumps? No, it won't. Well, Peter Kirsten's really struggling, so once again they run 4. Kirsten struggling a bit. In the commentary box now, it's going to be Bill Laurie, and with him Sir Richard Hadley.
No wicket for 43. 11 overs gone. Great shot, beautifully played, found the gap. There's 2 men, 3 men in that region, and Gary Kirsten went right between the middle of them.
And that's the shorter boundary that Kirsten has actually played to, certainly over-pitched outside the off stump, and Kirsten likes to free his arms and really hit that very square indeed, delicately struck. And that's the first time really that Rifle has just been over-pitching a bit. He's bowled his first 5 overs for 12 runs, so he's done a good job, but Kirsten very much on the ball there. He moves to 32, and that's his third boundary, even though he's had to run a couple of those 4s.
As he picked that off beautifully. He's done it again, beautifully played over the infield. This is intelligent batting by Gary Kirsten. Dean Jones, the fieldsman, they're through for 3 more. Brings up the 50 partnership in the 12th over. Tremendous stuff by South Africa. Where's Shane Warne, the crowd will be saying?
Well, he won't be too far away, I don't think. As soon as we perhaps get the 15 overs up.
Oops, he's gone. If Boone can hit, he's gone. That's always on. Kirsten took a long time to turn. Peter Kirsten run out for 11. David Boone with a left underhand hit, and that breaks a tremendous partnership.
It's certainly a very important wicket too for the Australians. A lot of hesitancy there between the 2 Kirstens. Peter Kirsten looking to take the quick single, starts to move down there. A stop-start from Gary Kirsten. Then there's probably a no answer. And Boone did the right thing. He ran in a few metres just to make it a little bit easier to have the direct hit onto the stumps. Well, he did it. Kirsten's run out. That's a waste for South Africa. So he's been run out for 11. And South Africa lose their first wicket at 50.
Angie Cronje, who's got a big responsibility here tonight. Scored 40 on Friday night. I thought he threw his hand away against Shane Warne. Him down the ground, hold out.
Stephen Waugh. Is that slower one, and just past Waugh's right hand. This one's running down towards the screen very fast, the outfield down here. Well, that was certainly in the air. Waugh couldn't quite get his finger back at it. Try and latch onto it, but watch him try here.
Steve Waugh coming round the wicket to the left-hander. Always the possibility that you might just push one down the leg side. He wants to have all his bases covered.
Well, there's the attempt of the Yorker. Will he ever go down this end? Oh, and in the middle of the back. These Kirstens are taking a bit of a pummeling.
Tim May probably looking to come on, and oh, there's a few more Tim Mays there. Maybe we're breeding off-spin bowlers in Sydney now. Pretty good.
Just 1 down there. 5 off the over. 1 for 64.
Tim May setting his field, pushing Shane Warne back.
Got him. He's out. He's just chipped that one up the mid-wicket. So Boone into the action again, and May has struck. Frustration creeping into this South African batting lineup. They really have been nailed down by the Australians, who are playing good cricket out there.
They bowled very well the last half dozen overs. You look at the seam on that ball. Tim May bowling in a bit of an overspinner. And Gary Kirsten just chipping it up to David Boone. Very, very handy wicket for the Australians. Kirsten leaves for a good 42. Caught Boone bowl May. South Africa at 2 for 74.
Jonty Rhodes is the new batsman. A real little jack in the box he is. To have a look at that strike rate. 71. To tell you more, it's going to be Richie Benaud and Sir Richard Hadley.
A lot of spin there for Tim May. In these day-night games, when the lights come on, players seem to think there's a bit of humidity gets out there. The pitch just becomes not damp, but just susceptible to a little more spin than normal. That's well bowled. It's 2 for 79. Shane Warne's coming on in the 24th over. Now McDermott has 3 overs still to go. Steve Waugh has 5 and Rifle has 2. So there's a bit of leeway there for Alan Border, a bit of scope to use his pacemen at the end if he wishes. Once again, the man at mid-wicket, Alan Border, is called into play. They'll pick up 2 from that. I'm not totally enamoured of the way Shane Warne is grabbing his shoulder out there.
Perhaps it is a little bit of stiffness. One can understand with the bowling that he has done that muscles do get strained and stressed from time to time.
No slip, therefore you don't deserve a wicket. If the batsman gets an edge, the batsman's going to play you and cut you and just open the face of the bat. And so far this is an expensive over. 2 for 87. Straight down the ground, a good stroke, brilliantly hit. That's the sort of thing the South Africans need. Hansie Cronje down the track and driving Tim May, not allowing the ball to spin.
Yes, and Cronje certainly does play the spinners very well. Comes down the crease, uses his feet quite nicely, hits it dead straight. And if you're going to hit it straight and firm, no one's going to cut that off. So Cronje certainly picking it up a bit.
McDermott again, he'll have to be quick. Oh, he's done well. The ball was all but past him, and there was a desperate dive.
Well, that sort of fielding is very inspirational to the rest of your teammates when you see that sort of commitment.
Can't have anything more even than that. 2 for 101, 27 gone. Isn't that a wonderful piece of bowling? Healy keeps brilliantly to both May and Warne. It's one of the features of Australia's cricket. And Warne has broken through, and that is a crucial moment. To get into the middle of the South African batting order was essential for the Australians.
Again, Cronje using his feet to come down the wicket there has been deceived, and really Healy had a very easy job at the end of the day to have too much time. But that's a big wicket for the Australians to get. Cronje out stumped for 28. South Africa 3 for 102.
Now here is a poignant moment. Batsman out, new man in, Darryl Cullinan, and the bowler at the southern end is Shane Warne. Critical time for South Africa.
$1,509 balls and tests, amazing. 1948. Total balls, I bowled 66,000 in my career. He's got a fair way to go, Shane Warne.
Jonty Rhodes sweep shot again. Tremendous tension around this ground. quite on the edge of their seats at the moment, but they know that the Australians have to win here. South Africa lead the series 1-0 at the moment.
Certainly has been a wonderful performance by the Australians. They've been very disappointed at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. In fact, very rarely does an Australian team put in 2 bad performances on the trot. So Alan Border and Bobby Simpson and the team have responded. Very good first innings total. The out cricket in the field has been good. And the bowling quite exceptional at times.
Got it in the end. It was Shane Warne's flipper. It's done for Daryl Cullinan once again, but only by a whisker.
It's the 4th time that Shane Warne has dismissed Cullinan. Tend to drag it down far too short, and really Cullinan, he probably did the right thing. Probably felt it was 6 runs, miscued it. Look at that, Steve Waugh. Bit of a juggling act there, but the end result is what counts for the Australians. Shane Warne will take the wicket. Cullinan, he's not happy. He's gone for 3. Disaster for him and the South Africans. 4 for 106.
Brian McMillan is the new batsman coming in to replace Daryl Cullinan. Shane Warne from the southern or Randwick end, old Randwick boy, or even a modern Randwick boy. Michael Whitney's in the commentary box now, and with him is Ian Chappell.
Oh, the quicker one, and he's got Brian McMillan. Brian McMillan gone for a duck, and the flipper strikes again.
Yes, he looked very pleased about that too, Shane Warne. I think he set Brian McMillan up for that one. McMillan trying to play the pull shot, and as quite rightly described by Richie Benno, not that long ago, skids on a little bit quicker, and absolutely no doubt about that at all. That is as plumb as you can get it. A little bit of a war dance from Shane Warne. South Africa lose another wicket. McMillan goes for a duck. They are 5 for 107.
David Richardson with a higher score of 38 not out. A career strike rate of just over 67. Jonty's quick. I think as much as anything he was trying to help David Richardson get him off strike.
See Richardson very late in that shot, turning the wrist away and working the ball down to David Boone, but Boone wasn't able to stop the single.
Jonty Rhodes picking the flipper there.
Tim May looking after his spin twin. A rare loose ball from Shane Warne. A full toss, attempted flipper. Tim May making good yards around the edge of the boundary. He's not the quickest man in the world. A great throw right over the top of the stumps.
He's picked the gap in the outfield there. That's good play from Jonty Rhodes. 5 for 136. Rhodes on 35. Richardson 10 in the commentary position now. Richie Benno and Tony Greig.
Thanks, Ian. And over. Well, I tell you, he might be a little guy, but when he hits them, they stay hit. That one went way over the top of square leg. It's a shortish boundary, but Richie Benno earlier was talking about the short arm jab. Have a look at this one.
Very well played. He picked the flipper. No trouble at all for Jonty Rhodes there. One thing to pick it, it's another one to play it. We did show you that statistic. It points out that Warne has bowled almost 2,000 balls so far this summer. You don't want anything at all to happen to your shoulder. If you're an over-the-wrist spinner, you're putting enormous strain on your shoulder and your tendons anyway.
Oh, and that should have been caught. It just hung up there a little bit. I think it confused Rifle a little bit.
5 for 151 against 2 for 183, the Australians. This is Alan Border bowling left arm spin. They'll just take the single there, unless they get an overthrow. It's well taken by Healy. Now, the two spinners for Australia have done very well here this evening. Shane Warne, 10 overs, no maiden, 3 for 42. And Tim May had a very good spell early on at 1 for 35.
Oh, yes, there's no way you can get it out from there. So Border has struck. He's been angling the ball in, and Richardson has been trying to cut him almost every time, and that one was just too straight to cut. He may have just chopped it onto the stumps, but one way or the other, the stumps are down.
That's clever bowling. It's a good top spin. It left Richardson for dead, looking for the spin. Very good bowling from Alan Border. 16 for Richardson, 6 for 156.
Richard Snell is the new batsman, just 25 years of age. You can see he's got a pretty good strike rate there. So McDermott now taking over from Warne, and Jonty Rhodes on strike. He's really going to have a go. He's hit that one beautifully over the top. It's bouncing down towards the boundary at deep extra cover. It won't quite get there. They're looking to come back for 4. Will they? Yes, this is good running. Oh, once again, Jonty Rhodes has done well. Scored a 50. And he's done it in 56 balls. Very well played.
39,808 here, just on 40,000 and just on 200,000 for the last 4 limited overs internationals. That's absolutely brilliant.
Yes, and I think add to that the huge television audience, not only here in Australia but in New Zealand through TV3 and South Africa through Mnet. Oh yes, that's gone. Craig McDermott striking. Jonty Rhodes compromising in his effort to try and pull something out of the bag here. Well, he succeeded in scoring a quick-fire 50, but I'm afraid to say when he came to the crease, it was almost an impossible task.
It was a good innings from Jonty Rhodes, and he'll be needed again on Tuesday night. I think we can say that there will be a third final here. It's 7 for 160.
Patrick Leonard Simcox is the new batsman. He's also the South African off-spinner.
Now Alan Border.
That's a good shot. Straight down the ground, right off the meat of the bat, and no problems with that one. He'll keep hitting him as straight as that. Right off the meat of the bat, and he'll be very happy. Off-fielded. He really did go a long way. He got tucked up there with the batsman down the non-striker's end as well.
It's a great commitment there. He's gone behind the batsman and still got it back to Ian Healy.
Nicely hit again. That's a good bat he's got. Right off the meat of it again. Hitting straight and hard. 12 runs off that over, 7 for 173. Oh, and he's jumped over that one, smashed back at the fast bowler. They're going to come back for the second. No, this will be a run out. Yes, he's gone. Well, this is the sort of thing that happens at the end of a one-day game when the batsmen are desperate, running out of overs.
I think Pat's had a very good day. A bit of a struggle out in field there, and now he's got another one off the meat of the bat. The batsman Richard Snell, and then Simcox has come on and he's miles out. Well, it's one of those things that can happen in either test or limited overs fixtures. 12 from 6 balls, 8 for 174.
Finachafani de Villiers is the new batsman. He's faced 9 balls in this competition so far and scored 1 run.
It's well hit. Richard Snell, a very good hitter of our order. Got him, over goes the house, the middle stump. McDermott going very well in his second spell. Australia coasting towards a big victory here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, so it's going to be 1-1 after 2.
Yes, it needed a miracle for South Africa, and Richard Snell was basically trying to attempt to hit every ball for 4, and that's always going to be a risky business, as it proved to be. McDermott right on line, middle stump, goes cartwheeling, and the 9th wicket is down for 178.
Craig McDermott to Alan Donald. Wow, what a catch, a ripper, and that's the end. Another wicket for McDermott. A beautiful return catch, just the one hand. And this big crowd of almost 40,000 give the Australians a tremendous shout. Well played, coming back to 1-1 after 2.
69 runs the margin, 178 all out in 45.5 overs, and the series is squared. South Africa won the first match, the Australians now have won the second, and a very good performance it was too. Jonty Rhodes made 52, and Gary Kirsten, who's having a terrific summer after coming out as a replacement player, 42 from 51 balls. The rest couldn't come to terms with the bowling. McDermott bowled very well, and so too the two spinners, Tim May and Shane Warne. McDermott 3 for 39 in 8.5. Tim May 1 for 35 and Shane Warne 3 for 42. Great game, a very good performance from the Australians to square the series. We look forward to having you with us now on Tuesday for the third final, a day-night match here at the SCG. For the moment, it's goodbye.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.